I work on the road with these red signs. AI's name's Fen. Finishing up masks, about to play one of probably, well, the most epic mission in the entire game, you know? I'd like to say a few words about this mission, and watch all my viewership drop off after I mention I'm gonna say a few words instead of getting on with it. Anyhow, you know, there are a few missions in this game that were rushed, or could have used some work, or could have used some combining into one. But, you know, it's at least good that they cap it off with an amazing mission. It's at least good that they seem to have designed this last mission before they got rushed with the last two. If it can't be perfect in the middle, at least be perfect at both ends. Sounding kind of weird, but hey, whatever. Sometimes things come out funny. Let's just watch the undoubtedly amazing intro video to this mission, and then start playing it. Okay? Smarmy BBC announcer? Alright. Just a sec.
Don't. The reaction will continue if it finds more organic material.
For how long?
It seems that when all the rust gas settles into dust, then it is safe. Garrett, for what purpose would the mechanists use these cultivators?
Well, we know Karis has installed them in the masks of the servants.
Yes.
And the servants have been placed in the homes of the wealthy.
Yes! The homes with the gardens. The plants there could sustain a reaction large enough to destroy everything.
Yes, we must think of a plan.
No, there's no time to think. We must go to the Mechanist Cathedral. The beacon you've heard about. You could find it. Try to activate it. To draw the servants to the cathedral. Then you must somehow get Karis to signal them to release the rust gas. You see, if I fill the cathedral with plants, enough to fuel a chain reaction, then it should cause the same effect we just saw. But it would take Karis with it instead of the city. Remember, the cathedral is sealed, airtight.
If we can get into the Mechanist Cathedral, if you fill it with plants, if I can find, let alone activate the beacon, all without being detected, that's too risky. We'll be killed.
Karis created these devices to destroy all that we know. And now they are in place. He needs only say the word. There is no more time. We must act. Are you too blind to see that?
Your plan is suicide. I'll think of a better way. And I work alone.
Diane, Larkspur, I need to speak with you. Now.
I am here against the wishes of the Keeper Council. I am here as your friend, Garrett. Listen. Victoria has begun an assault on the Mechanist Cathedral.
No.
I hope the glyphs are wrong.
Face me yourself, man-hole.
Victoria!
Garrett! I failed. This is not enough plant life to sustain the reaction. These mechanical beasts detected me. But there is one more thing I can do. Then it will be up to you, my good thief.
Wait, Victoria, let's get... Victoria!
I plant enough!
Karis.
Man. Also, I think that movie looks like it's supposed to be widescreen, but isn't long enough. That's kind of annoying. Anyways, looks like Garrett maybe does care for Victoria and possibly vice versa. How cute. I guess I was just too blind to see that when I was a kid because you don't understand anything of such complexities when you're a kid or something. Okay, sabotage at Soulforge. Sabotage Karis' plan by using the guiding beacon to draw the servants to the Mechanist Cathedral. First, you must learn how to use the guiding beacon. Don't let Karis find out what you're up to or he won't trigger the servants. When the rest of your goals are accomplished, get outside before Karis seals up the cathedral and detonates the servants. Now, at the start of the level, there's going to be a camera right up on the right side that will see me immediately unless maybe I'm very, very quick, but it's supposed to see me and there's actually no beneficial effect if I manage to have it not see me. But anyways, I've got tons of money, surprisingly little to really buy, I guess, and there's so many enemies. Well, I don't want to spawn anything, but I'll just buy all I can here, I guess. Right, I happen to know most of the opposition here will be robotic, so...
Garrett, are you not? So, once again we are met. And the woman of the woods, didst thou come here together? But lo, how easily evil is felled when the righteous hold the mace. Thou art transparent to me, Garrett. Even now I can see thou seekest to stop me, but there is naught you can do. My chamber resists all manner of infiltrations, even from a skilled man such as thyself. The servants hearken to my instructions only, then even now await my commands. Maybe I've waited overmuch. Yea, thine intrusion has been my cue to begin now the final preparations. May the world be ready for the builder's arrival. I fear you not, Garrett, that I have dispatched some of the builder's children to intercept you. Thou too will perish, and trouble me no more.
Some of the builder's children to intercept you. I love Karis' okay, this level's amazing. And Karis' speeches, which he will periodically make, there's tons of them, just take it over the top. He is, this level's such an amazing breakdown into insanity. I mean, Karis was already crazy, but god damn. Look at this place. It's like, the combination of the plants and the machines. Of course, mostly it's machines and it's just really plants here, I guess. But when he says he's dispatched some of the builder's children, he is of course talking about large iron beasts, which if I wait long enough I could see coming through here. And if I wait long enough in that room there, they're going to end up going there. Factory Bay A, I suppose. You know, there's a bay like right here in the entrance. Kind of weird. I think there'd be like an entrance-y hall. But there's a secret in this level. There's an Easter egg, a quote scroll. And the way you get it is by chopping the robots, or I guess since the sword robot chop thing is fixed, you have to blackjack them until you get a boiler corpse, and you put a certain amount of boilers into this machine. I don't know if it's 3 or 5 or something. And then it's a grass texture, that's weird. And then you gotta put the same amount of iron plates in, and then you get your quote scroll. Now, I'm probably gonna do that at some point, but I'm not gonna read it out loud because the quote scrolls are kind of dumb, I guess. But, you know, just so you know, and you can read it yourself. Instructions. Place source material into basin on top of machine. Insert steel plate into chute on side of machine. Push button to activate machine. Products will emerge at other end. However, I will read a manual because seriously, always read a manual. Wow, these robots take a lot longer to get here than I had previously imagined. Oh, there they come. While I'm waiting, let me talk a little about what I love about Karis in this level some more. You know, some of the lines he says here make him seem like he's really really dedicated to the builder, like really believes in the builder, and it's just that he's super fanatical. Other lines make him seem really insecure, like, and then sometimes he sort of has like he thinks he's the builder or some kind of god or messiah or whatever, and then sometimes he almost treats the builder like a father figure, like he's really desperate for some kind of... Because maybe everybody just made fun of him for his vocal mannerisms or something. And... Yeah. And so he's desperate for, like... You know, like Arnold Rimmer, like for some father figure to come and say, "Well done, son." You know what I mean? And not your total smeghead. But, yeah. It's more than 2 boilers you need anyway, but I guess if it's 3, then maybe, I don't know, maybe it's 4 or 5. Anyways, but yeah, so it's really interesting psychologically how he's completely insane. He jumps between confidence and insecurity and different kinds of insanity, which you'll hear later on. But, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna try hacking these guys up, actually, and just see if it's the amount of boilers that I need. Wow, it sure is easier and quicker to do 3 overhead sword swings, but I guess I'll just do this because it sure is fun. Oh my god, it sure is fun. Oh, I don't think we need to see that a second time. 15 strikes. Oh dear. Except I don't have iron plates and I need to get them from way the hell over here, so frickin' never mind that. Another thing about this mission is that it is so huge and there's so many areas that you don't even really have to go to all of them. I mean, even if you're ghosting and doing a full... Well, I mean, there's no loot in this mission because it's the last one and you wouldn't need it. But if you're doing, like, a ghost, you don't even need to go to all the areas. And there's some that are impossible to ghost, I think. And you'll notice there's a lot of these machines. We're going to need these for later. And, you know, it's pretty much just instructions, place source, and flip lever, and stuff. S-apps, yeah, because you need to, like, make things and stuff in this mission, which I guess does involve a lot of running around and backtracking, but I just think this... Oh, hey, it's one of those. That's odd. I thought I remembered it being a fan mission based on this, where this guy was up here. But yeah, you see these robots. Let me just demonstrate here. These are creepy. They're like... They've got 2 heads. It's like they have a baby hanging out from them, and they just, like, never stop walking by. And they shoot at you and stuff. It's pretty great. I'm going to talk more about these as when I find this text about them, but you can turn them off by shooting the boiler on the back. But I just realized I actually have very few water arrows, so I'm going to wait to make sure that I can grab some more before I try to, you know, use some more there. And yes, is there any books here that are not just instructions? Oh, hey, yes. One of the children fetched me today by order of Father Karras to visit him at the chamber in which he now cloisters. It was quite unexpected, as was the conversation which followed. I was able to speak with Father Karras through the slits in the door. He ordered me to find him some new street people to convert into servants. Respectful, I ventured to ask him wherefore, since our supply of necrotic mutox gas containers is gone, and we hath no need for mindless slaves when the builder's children are such efficient workers. He told me that the children could not manipulate some things with their appendages as well as a human might, and I was greatly shocked to hear Father Karras make such a comparison. Nevertheless, I pressed on, and inquired why did he not simply ask us, his devout followers, to perform for him whatever tasks he might require of such a nature. At this, Father Karras became quite furious and bellowed at me through the door, demanding that I comply with his wishes and asking who I believed would be suitable fodder for servants, if not beggars and the like. I was much afeard at his assailment, but then he stopped quite suddenly as though some truth had just occurred to him, and without further explanation bid me never mind to go back about my normal business. I should like to do so, but 'twas not long ago that this transpired, and already I have been called off to some new special duty by another missive from one of the children. I shall finish this account when I return. Friend Manus. Oh, and we'll get to see what happens to those guys later on. However, for now, I'll just read some more instructions. Yeah, and this is the bellowing machine. Now, of course, what I actually should be doing is writing these down. Like, this is, okay, what is this? This is north, so this is the bellowing machine, and then this was the amalgamating machine, I think. Yes. There we are. Now, we can see that these are, of course, magical floating pagan magic platforms, because everything is pagan unless it's not. This is the builder's truth. I guess this line of plants goes through the whole cathedral, and that's the point, huh? Yes, I suppose so. I don't know. Victoria sacrificing herself is pretty sad, but I guess...
Nothing is here.
Now look at this.
Approach the others to the intruder's presence.
You can see they have maces. It's hard to see because it's dark, but they have sort of blood running down their fronts because they were hastily made into servants. So this is what happened to all his faithful followers who were normal, regular mechanists. Yeah, you can see it now. They were hastily slapped with a mask and converted into servants. This is what you get, you know, for being a mechanist. This is what you get for being progressive. You gotta go with John Progress, the most bestest conservative candidate
'Twas the building that smote them, the precursors.
Yeah, just
He
keep
gave
rattling
them
away.
the power to bring about his paradise. But they refused, or lacked the ingenuity. The why of it is forever unknown, but 'tis clear they were punished for their failings. Their civilization was wiped away. The ours could emerge, and now ours shall give way to the builders.
I love Karis's lines. They're sure great. Oh, I love quick saving randomly for literally no reason. It's sure great. Where am I going here? I can't remember which side I want to go to first, but I guess I'll find that out in due course. I can't believe how huge they managed to make this level. It's so twisted. This is almost like a fetish for machinery, this building. It's like a shrine. It's not even like a proper regular factory. There's just... I think I'm going the right way here, I think. There's... I think those voices, those things that Kara says are random, and like there's no triggers for them. They're just sort of like every so often he says them. But yeah, because it's so twisty, and I mean, yeah, there's manufacturing bays, but it's like it's gone mad. It's almost like the machinery version of the Maw. It is almost chaotic the way this place is. It's crazy. But I seem to probably have some vine arrows, which I shall put on this conspicuous little vent in the ceiling here. And yes, you'll probably hear me talk gleefully of many things about this level in the coming futures, because I really, really like it. This is one of those things where... Oh, come on! I don't want to make noise, you ass! Jesus Christ. Yes, it's one of those things where the mission is the boss. The level is the boss, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's not really bosses in these games that much. There's not even so much as a trickster boss, really. But the fact that this mission is so evil and convoluted, and just the stuff out to get you is so ramped up, that it's just, like, really fitting feeling for the last mission of the game. Well, truly is. I also like how it really just unravels, where Karis is saying those children of Karis down there are not as good at performing some tasks as others. It really shows how the whole ideology, the whole promise is just completely falling apart. God. I know I'm just once again saying obvious stuff, but I just like commenting on shit I like, you know? Whoops. Uh-oh. What? Okay. Don't seem to have picked up any more waters for some reason. But yes, this is the part where he kills you, by which I mean the part where there is storage. That's not necessarily anything like the same thing, but this is one of the places that I do need to go in order to complete the mission. It's worth noting that the things you have to build, there's something you have to build which is necessary to finishing the mission, and there's a bunch of other things you can build. You can build all kinds of items, mines and other sorts of stuff like that, if you find the plans for them, and if you want to actually bother, which I'm not going to, but you know, there's so many robots in this level, and just AIs and stuff, that you'd never have enough equipment to deal with them all. That's another thing that really makes it feel epic and climactic. Now, there are ways. I think that there is an elevator, or possibly multiple, but maybe just, yeah, multiple elevators, under which you can crush robots if you get them to stand under them. At least that's what I read. But I don't know if you can do that with all the AIs in the level, or just the ones that happen to be within convenient reach. I'm not sure how much of the level is, you know, reachable by ground, ramp, and stairs, or if there's some parts that are only reachable by ladder or whatever. But anyway, yeah, that's what I heard. So, on to storage 2, I suppose, for no reason. There's a... Oh, jeez. Good thing those guys are blind, because this door is pushed into the floor, which is kind of cool and may or may not have been a necessity or some sort of strange design decision, but in real life terms you'd be bumping your head for no reason. Must be because it's designed for these robots to go through to make them feel cool, like only they can get through the low door. And, you know, you pretty much... I don't know, there's just... Well, there's some items here, but most of the stuff here is like ingredients that you use, quicklime mixture, for, you know, building and manufacturing things in the various machines. Unfortunately, you cannot take a welding mask and use it to manufacture a, you know, zap apple. That as much sense as that would make, they just did not have the sensical veracity to place that in the game. Now, what the hell's up here? I don't know if I actually want to go up here. There's some really important room, and I can't even remember where it is. It must be here, though. One trick you can do with... Oh, maybe not. With ghosting, sometimes, if you open a door close to an enemy, they first alert. Oh, hey, here's some waters. So what you can sometimes do if they're patrolling through the door is you wait for them to open the door, and then you hold it open. Because it's only if you open it from closed, but if you just sort of frob it around while it's open, then it doesn't make a sound and they don't alert to you. So yes, the plans room is the room which I need to get to.
You oppose me. In one act, I will end all human suffering and clear the path for the Builder to walk again on Earth. History will move forward. My tireless children will build in his name, creating advancements beyond our understanding. Now is the dark time before the days of light. Why dost thou oppose me?
Man. Karis, I cut off the first bit. It was just like, why dost thou oppose me, Garrett? Yeah, so anyways. Oh, it's just a little guy. Yeah, these spider bots are awesome, and I'll be reading more about them momentarily. I think there's a guy walking around here. Servant bread. I don't know. I thought he was walking around. Maybe he's just standing around staring at a wall. That is also possible, but if you wanted to, you could find some sneaky way to get in here, which is down here, but I can't remember why you'd do that. I can't remember. I don't know. This mission's cool, and I'm gonna have a hard time cutting in my usual real-time style, because I'm gonna skip Karis quotes if I do that, so I'll try not to do that. Guiding beacon blueprints. So pretty much this sounds like a lot of gibberish, which it is. It's basically just telling you obtain a signal bolt and a steel plate, and then put them in the belling machine. It's just like telling you where to put them. There's the stage 1 piece. So really, you know, regulating ground. So that's what I need to do. One of the things I need to do. To Brother Kelsus, regarding the proper usage of the guiding beacon, as thou knowest, the servants are controlled by the 8 signal towers located on the roof of the cathedral. Normally, these signal towers communicate instructions that I myself issue unto the servants from within my protective chamber. However, when the time comes to modify the servants, we will use these signal towers to transmit the guiding beacon instead. In my wisdom, I have made it easy to do this without necessitating difficult adjustments to the signal towers. Firstly, thou must get the guiding beacon. Only one hath been manufactured, and I am always controlling access to it by keeping it always with me inside my protective chamber. Since thou art a loyal and industrious follower of Karis, if I am unavailable, thou hast my permission to manufacture a new one. The blueprints are stored in the plans room. Bringeth thou, then, the guiding beacon to the signal room, which is on the 3rd floor of the northern apse. There thou wilt see the machine that produces the signal used by the signal towers. This machine hath two slots, signal slot A and signal slot B. At all times, the device which transmits my instructions must be connected to signal slot A. However, thou canst connect the guiding beacon to signal slot B. Do this at thy leisure, for 'twill not interrupt my control over the servants. Yet another step is required to activate the guiding beacon thou hast prepared. Only when thou art certain thou hast my consent, thou mayest take this final step. Go to the signal towers. At the base of each thou shalt find a lever. Flip the lever from A to B. This will cause that signal tower to transmit the signal in signal slot B instead of signal slot A. The servants will hear the guiding beacon and begin their journey back to me. No punctuation. Oh, here at Soulforge Cathedral. When they all arrive, thou must immediately switch the signal towers back to A, so that I can give the servants further instructions, as the servants cannot hear my instructions when the signal towers are set to B. Note, it is possible to expedite the process, as thou may recall from our discussion of the principles of redundant signal potency. My calculations indicate that thou needest only to set 7 of the 8 signal towers to B in order for that signal to be now the dominant one. Your revered leader, Karis.
This is just what I was looking for. Now I've got a real plan.
God damn, it is hard to voice Karis properly without sounding stupid. A cough. He may be supposed to sound stupid. Anyways, follow the guiding beacon blueprints, connect the beacon. On Expert, you have to do all but one of the signal towers, which is annoying. This is really... It's going to take me forever to get to them. But then again, I always end up saying that, and I sometimes end up wrong. The thing about frog beast eggs is that they can explode and kill the robots, and it doesn't count as a kill by me, although, of course, that's not counted in this level anyway. So, I don't know what was in there that somebody took it out, but there's all kinds of plans, and I guess there's supposed to be a key. Did I get it? Yeah. I guess that one of these is the regulating round, and like the rest of them are, you know, stuff such as grenades or mines or something. For some reason, I can't get this open with the key, or with lockpicks, or with anything. That's freaking bizarre. What? Oh, that didn't work. And there's nothing even here. What? Did I frob something through it? I don't know. There's flare blueprints. Hilarious. Who would ever want to even pick up a flare, let alone make one? That's the only thing I need, I think. Mine. A book for some reason. Comparative power ingestion rates of immobile security units. A concise study of watchers and sentries by friend Gorik. Abstract. For the sentry, the act of focusing upon any foe, or the casting of projectiles, large or small, is known to cause said sentry to swiftly consumeth its, another improper use of eth, its fuel resources in abundance. Therefore, sentries, in most instances, have been placed in conjunction with watchers, whose workings doth require comparatively insignificant fuel resources, whilst demonstrating superior capabilities in the detection of trespassers. Whilst this pairing doth seem to create a seamless overlap of function and power ingestion, in truth the inherent delay of the Watcher hath been known to compromise the security value of the sentry, and create for possible gameplay, instead of impossible gameplay. This study then seeketh to combine the advantages of both Watcher and sentry, indeed to create a sentry innovation which hath the foe discrimination abilities of a Watcher, yet consumeth fuel resources of comparatively small quantities. Summation of findings. Thus far, our efforts have focused on the management of sentry power ingestion levels. We have created sentries that remain functional at all times without the need for refuelment. However, they must then be fueled continuously from a power resource external to themselves. Soulforge has proved to be an ideal research area for testing these sentries, since power resources there be aplenty. Unhappily, we have made little progress toward a model that functioneth extensively outside such convenient circumstances. That's another thing I like, and I'm going to... Oh, what? Did I miss this one? And I'm going to go on about a bit now. Scouting orb. Is that... I think there's something up here, too. Maybe not. Is... Oh, yes, there is. Is that... Karis... Oh, I thought I was going to say... Karis makes a big talk... What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Karis makes a big talk about everything being perfect and like the new world coming and the children of Karis, by which I guess he means the machines, are going to you know, live there and, you know, exist and stuff. But then that guy's research, again, the whole thing falls apart because it's like the robots are still making progress, like they're still working on the machines. And the ones that they have are not even perfect, like, at all. Even Karis said so, and then they said they need fuel resources so they wouldn't be able to exist autonomously. And they haven't even, like, they're just making new models, and yet they're all going to be cut off when Karis brings in the new world, if that's what he's going to do. Is that, what the hell is that? What is that? Lights or something? Oh, Northern Apps. Duh. Okay. The new scripture of the Master Builder, which for some reason I don't need to read this time, but it's here anyway. To assist his calculations, Karis drafted a map of the city, and now he saw the circles he had drawn and was pleased. Nowhere was there a place that would be uncleansed by the necrotic mutox, and its effects would extend beyond the city. The circles conjoined in the center, the very heart of the city, the same city that had spurned Karis and denounced the Builder. Karis knew from this sign that all was to be as he had seen. Karis spake, Master Builder, Karis will not fail thee as the precursors did, where an entire civilization denied thee and was felled by thy hand. Karis shall do thy will. Thank thee for directing Karis to their ashes, to discover their error and thy gifts they misused, that Karis now uses as thou intended. Karis hath built for thee thy children, the successors of the human race, and now by thy hand Karis shall wipe away the plague that we are, that thy children may last eternal in purity. Except they're making new models. But the Builder spoke to Karis then, saying, O Karis, thou art truly faithful as thou sayest. I give thee now this command, that thou shalt remain thyself alive when all about thee turns to holy rust. When my paradise is come, thou shalt have a place beside me among my children. And Karis fell to his knees and cried out, Thank thee, Master Builder, thy will shall be done. Amazing fantasy he's writing there. Totally inventing it all up the house. I know this room has... Yes. Yes, and then you could sort of sneak around to these side rooms for some reason if you were to need to do that, I guess. But at least you can sneak around to this one. But apparently not that other one. Holy crap, I've just spent like half an hour on this level. So I think that unless Karis has something more to say, I'm going to leave it here. And see you guys later for more awesome. Alright? Bye for now.